pledge and the 4-H pledge. All 4-Hers to the show ring.
Can I have your... Oh, yeah.
All right, well, it's a great looking group of kids here. We're going to start off the show like we do all of them with the pledge to the flag and the 4-H flag, and then we got a few awards we're going to recognize, so please stay here in the ring when we're done. So, Mr. Micah Smith, would you please lead us in the pledge of the flag?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, sir. Miss Addie Gauck, would you lead us in the 4-H pledge?
I pledge my head to clear thinking, my heart to greater loyalty.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, so some other exciting stuff we've got here today. We want to recognize some of our members. So first, we're going to recognize a member that's put in some dedication and 10 years worth of being in the sheep project. So Mr. Mason Smith is our 10-year member, and here to present the plaque is his dad, Scott. Takes a lot of time and commitment, right, to be a 10-year member in 4-H alone, not just here in one project. So congratulations, Mason. We also want to recognize Addie Gauck and Ella Kuntz as 10-year 4-Hers. So exciting stuff there. Takes a lot to be there. All right, another cool thing we're really proud of here, and I want to thank the parents back there in the barn, is first-year members. This year we've got 9 first-year members. So pretty darn exciting from that standpoint. And the cool thing is some are first-year 4-H members, some are not, right? You can join projects whenever you want. We'd love to have you. So 9 first-year members, so a great number of sheep, kids in this project. So thank you to all the first-year members. All right. We're going to move on. Mr. Lane Slayton, right? Did I pronounce that right? Right, is our judge. So we're gonna have him do some introductions here in a second. But we got one more award we're going to give out. I'm going to turn the mic back over to Matt Morris.
All right.
Good morning, everybody. Hey, for the rate of gain competition, this is sponsored by the Decatur County Sheep Breeders. The grand champion rate of gain gained 0.84 pounds per day, and that goes to Addie Gauck. Congratulations, Addie. Reserve grand champion rate of gain gained 0.69 pounds per day. That goes to Peyton Coors. Congratulations, Peyton.
All right. You want to explain the halter class? Halter class, you want to explain it?
Mini halter right now.
All right, just 4-Hers, you can go back and get ready. We're going to start with mini halter here this morning. So those that need to be getting ready for mini halter are Griff Biller, Hazel Biller, Brimley Doig, Morgan Dykes, Dakota Gearhart, Cooper Coors, Ava Smith, and Eleanor Stevens.
Makeup arenas in front of the picture area. Have them set up here.
All right, folks, as we get those sheep ready, we're going to bring them up to the makeup area, which is in front of the photo backdrop on the south side of the ring, southeast corner of the ring. And once we have everybody, we will begin with mini halter.
I thought Steve was going to explain if somebody was ready to the girl's name with the blondish hair with the braids? Oh. Chase Christensen, first runner-up. 4-H queen. 4-H. What are you? Not Spuncher. No. I'll lose all my notes. Macy Tinker. Yeah. Top of all the world. Hey, are we going to explain this halter and demonstrate it, or?
In the halter, not the minute.
Not in the minutes, okay.
Maybe we're just going to come in and make a lap.
Okay.
Let's go.
Yeah. Let me play some entrance music, doing a little bowls, Cyrus or whatever it's called. Get them pumped up. Let's get ready to rumble. Oh boy. Yeah. And we're off.
Those of you that are in the halter class back in the barn, the juniors, grades 3 through 5, be getting your lambs ready and get them up to the makeup area. That's Sarah Fogg, William Moore, Caroline Thomas.
I'm going to introduce you guys. You don't have to step out there, but while they're doing this, I'm going to introduce you real quick. So just wave. Do you do elbow, wrist, wrist?
Testing.
All right, as the judge is working with our minis, I want to introduce the royalty that we have here today. And it's a whole bunch of them helping out with the sheep show. We have 2023 Miss Tree City, Allison Nobby. We have 2024 4-H Prince, Jaden Lawrence. 2024 Miss Decatur County, Bailey Ebbing. The 2024 4-H Queen first runner-up, Chase Christensen. And we also have the 4-H Princess for 2024 first runner-up, Macy Kinker. They'll be passing out awards all day long. You'll see them in and out of the ring, but we're glad they're here to help. Thank you, guys.
Alrighty, good morning and welcome to the Sheep Show. Here starting out we have the mini halter class, which would be our Clover Buds, so kindergarten to second grade.
Well, good morning. I certainly appreciate the opportunity to get to sort through your sheep show today. I love it that we start with the young people out here just to be able to get their start and have some experience that they can find their passion and be able to do what they're passionate about. I think that's awfully neat. I think they all do an awesome job. As they exit, if you would, give them a big round of applause. Do an awesome job. Honestly, if you want me to just write something down or
Let's congratulate these minis one more time as they parade out of the ring. The future is bright for the Land Project in Decatur County. All right, now here in a minute, Steve's going to explain what we're doing with the halters, but first make sure that we've got all juniors up here, grades 3 through 5. Sarah Fogg, William Moore, and Caroline Thomas will participate in the junior halter class next.
All right, so halter class participants, for you guys are all participating. If you want to watch what's going on, we're going to have Lacey kind of walk through it. So if you want to pay attention, watch what she does. Lacey? Yeah, first we're going to talk about the unique thing about this, right, is we handle the sheep with our hands, not with a halter. This is unique. But here we're using a halter, so you can't handle the sheep, right? So the goal today is not to touch your sheep, to be able to walk it around the ring and be able to set it up in front of the judge who'll be here in the front of the ring. So Lacey's going to show you where to walk a figure 8. So you're going to come in, split the chairs, all right? If you guys are watching, you're going to split the chairs. She's going to go all the way around. Again, walking with that head up high, not touching the lamb. Walk back to the center. Square up, face to the judge, okay, and then he'll release you. So simple as that, all right? Once you guys walk through the middle of the chairs, make your turn, go around the chairs, center back to the judge who'll be up here by the front gate. All right, with that, I'll turn it back over to Matt.
Garrett, he makes that sound so easy.
Oh, I know. I could never.
Well, there's going to be some kids that are going to make it look like a piece of cake, but I tell
definitely.
you. All right, here's our first one coming in.
Caroline Thomas.
Yeah, that looks right. So they don't have them in the order how we've got them, so they must,
we're working through these
run
junior
around.
halters, I want to introduce our judge for the day. Our judge is Lane Slayton. He studied at Redlands Community College, where he was the high team at the American Royal. He also studied at Iowa State, where he's also on the livestock judging team. He owns and operates Triple S Livestock, where he helps youth across the country. Please welcome Lane Slayton to the Decatur County Show Ring.
Yeah, Lane's a young guy, but I tell you, he has really he spent a lot of time at a national level on the sheep side of things, so he'll be. I dare to say, Holder's not probably his expertise, but he's gonna.
Oh yeah.
He understands the fundamentals. He's led plenty of them around on a halter. But he's going to really be good when we get into the market classes for sure, and he'll do a great job on the breeding sheep too. When I was a young whippersnapper, this was like, they did this right. They did the halter right after the parade on Sunday, and it was kind of a separate event, not during the regular sheep show. I don't know if it's always probably, since your years, it's probably, they've kind of saddled this thing up with on the sheep show day, but you talk about a recruiting tool. Everybody on the fairgrounds was here, for the parade, and then they had this halter contest, and they were out having people sign up, and there were families that had kids that were in the halter, and they were, lived in town and had no sheep experience, and the kids really fell in love with it and enjoyed it. And there was several families that was kind of their start, and they ended up getting some sheep and showing through their 10 years just because they stumbled into the barn on the night of the halter contest.
Out there now, we've got Sarah Fogg.
Sarah's really doing a good job with it.
Yeah.
She did a great job in the swine showmanship there yesterday. Or no, that was Friday night. This is William Moore, I believe.
That right there would be the worst part of anything, and they don't move.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He was out here practicing last night with he's I think the oldest of a line of little kids that are coming. I think we're going to be showing sheep.
Yeah.
This is what I remember that thing doing, getting all 4 feet off the ground. I would have let go of it. He did a great job last night and tonight holding on. He doesn't seem bothered one bit that thing was trying to box him. These might be the only 3. There was a couple extras on the sheet, but I wonder if they decided not to participate.
Could be.
I kind of was thinking that they made an announcement like there was maybe the 3 of them that there was a couple on there that weren't going to be in it. So the way our sheets wrote on here, they don't have anybody in the intermediate on the paper.
Looks like he just shook the hand of Sarah Fall.
Just picking one. You picking one?
All right, congratulations to Sarah Fogg, the champion junior halter. And Caroline Thomas got reserve. In our next class for halter, Sarah Fogg, you can come back to compete in intermediate as well if you choose. In intermediate halter showmanship, we have a single entry Eli Snap. Ellie Snap, my apologize.
I even said Ellie, the first one on the mic today.
Well, we apologize for all of the background. I tell you, there's a lot of
fans running,
a lot of feedback from their other microphone those guys have over there. Hopefully, they don't say anything they shouldn't. So Ellie Snap out here, and then
I'm assuming Sarah will come back.
I could see her certainly doing that. I think the way that the sheet was wrote out, it was kind of hard. So I see her out here. It looks like she's in position to come in. So we'll have senior after this. If the sheet reads right, Elena Hostetler, Arden Muckerhide, Mason Smith, and Micah Smith will be our 4 entries in the senior division. It's 9th through 12th grade. It's the high school run, and then there has been over the years some senior halter class winners. Those are actually in the expert category, and that'll be Addie Gauk, Madison Smith, and Jacob Gearhart. So we do have 7 older 4-H'ers here in the halter class that are yet to come up. I don't know if you've gotten to show dairy cattle or not, but I feel like showing in halter class is kind of like dairy. You don't have a show stick. you need to kind of use that head to push and pull
Yep.
to get those feet set. I'm old enough, Holder kind of came in after me. But I really feel like it was kind of brought in as just a kind of a fun class, really, and a way for the kids to just participate in something that wasn't quite just the intensity that maybe regular showmanship brings.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Ellie Stapp, your champion intermediate halter showman. Next up, we will have the senior division. And Ellie, you're invited back to compete with the seniors as well if you want to make your loop around. In the senior division, we have Elena Hostetler, Arden Muckerhide, Mason Smith, Micah Smith, Ryan Rutherford,
All good?
Carter.
Carter Rutherford, Jacob Gearhart, and Ellie Stapp if she chooses.
Well, he was rattling off some additional names there I didn't
Yeah.
have on my sheet. Carter Rutherford is one of those that's down. This is Elena Hostetler coming through right now. She's got her brockle face weather we'll no doubt see later on. All right, Mason Smith coming in. Mason's taking nice big wide turns.
Yeah.
We'll see if that's his advantage. I kind of like, he looks back at his sheep kind of to make sure it's moving along, and rather than kind of ignoring it,
He's
he
kind of dragging it.
I've not judged one of these, but I'd say Mason did a pretty good job there. He's in the running.
As we're working through the senior halter division, I want to say thank you to all of the folks that have contributed by sponsoring this table full of hardware for these kids to reward them for the hard work all summer. Special thank you to Ward Equipment, Cova Fertilizer, Scott Broussard and family, Barker Family South Downs, Scott and Amy, oh, is that Barker Family South? South Downs. Scott and Amy Smith and family, Bill and Barney Whitlisbach, and Mike and Christy Bockelman. Thank you for all that you do to pull this show off and your support.
Arden Muckerhide here made her loop.
This is Ryan Rutherford,
Okay.
one of them that wasn't on the sheet.
Ryan and Carter, is that right?
Yep.
Okay. He's a face I'm not familiar with. He goes to North
Greensburg.
Greensburg. Okay. Got his textile there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right. This is
Carter.
This is Carter. Okay.
Younger brother.
Yeah, you can't call him littler brother.
Oh, I know.
He's a stout boy. Garrett, what have you got going on at Fair this year?
I actually don't have anything up here.
Okay.
Just
All right.
kind of took a year off.
All right. Well, that freed you up to get in on this kind of stuff, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's gearing up to be a hot one today, they claim. So
That's what I heard.
we'll see if it comes true or not. It feels pretty good so far in here.
Uh-huh. Got Micah Smith out there now.
Yep. Micah was kind of pulling up and back just a bit, try to position feet on that one. All right, one more entry here.
And Jacob Gearhart.
Okay. I don't know whether Jacob's got an Oxford or a Shropshire or what that one is. Those two kind of have a similar kind of head wool and leg wool on them. I'm not sure, but sounds like Matt's about ready to
While
make an
these young
announcement.
kids are in the ring putting on a clinic, I want to remind everybody that the Junior Leaders is over here at a table by the 4-H flag selling spots for old-timer showmanship. You can sign yourself up, or you can feel free to sign your friends up for a $5 bill. And at the end of the show, we'll have old-timer showmanship. All those proceeds go to support the Junior Leaders. If you get signed up and you absolutely do not want to do it, you can absolutely get off the list with a $10 bill. So want to let you know, $5 in, $10 to get your name on the list, off the list. Sign up over here with Junior Leaders right by the 4-H flag.
Got Ellie Snap out there, champion of the intermediate class coming up.
All right. So this should be our last one, big class here. And we'll move into our experts. It looks like that's probably a set list of 3 there. Addie Gauk, Madison Smith, and then
I'm not sure because Jacob Gearhart's in this class.
You know, yeah, I guess I'm a little. We'll have to give Scott or Steve a little bit of trouble about this form we have. I feel like we're flying blind a bit. A lot of additions. Maybe after we get past showmanship, it'll straighten out. All right, they're sending out all of the royalty, so we're about ready to give out some hardware. Yeah, Mason Smith with the
Champion
win.
senior halter showman goes to Mason Smith.
And Arden Muckerhide.
And reserve champion goes to Arden Muckerhide. Congratulations. All right, next up, we have expert halter division, and that consists of Addie Gauk and Madison Smith.
Mason can come back.
And Mason, you're welcome to come back around and compete for expert.
All right, so our champion Mason Smith and senior showmanship holder. Reserve goes to Arden Muckerhide. Now we'll start in here. We've got Madison Smith here right out of the gate. There, she's got him set. Kind of danced around on her for a little bit there. Sheep are one of those breeds you want to fly spray pretty good before you're showing, because they get pretty sensitive to any little bug or something that lands on them. They're out there dancing around like their feet are on fire. All right, Addie Gauk rolling out here is our second one. Now, Garrett Addie's a senior this year.
Just graduated.
Yep, so this is her last year in 4-H.
Coming out now is Mason Smith, also a recent graduate of North Decatur.
All right, and then Mason Smith coming back in as our champion out of the senior division. First route here in the in expert. See if he, oh yeah, he's got a step back in him. Position and feet. Judge has got his work cut out here, Garrett.
Oh, yeah.
At this time, we'll call up the first round of showmanship, the juniors. But first, I want to congratulate Addie Gauk, your champion expert halter showmanship. And reserve champion was Mason Smith. Congratulations. We're going to move right into regular showmanship, the juniors, grade 3 through 5. In this class, we have Mason Bowdy, Eli Biller, Baylor Brusall, Ava Doig, Case Haining, Peyton Coors, William Moore, Riker Stevens, Caroline Thomas, and Sarah Fogg. Again, these are your junior showmen, grades 3 through 5.
We've got a young dynamic out here in the sheep side for sure. If intermediate doesn't change a lot, we don't have a lot of those that age group at all. So, but I think like they did in the Holder, they'll immediately advance kids up from the junior right into intermediate if they do win. So whoever our winner is, kind of fully expect them to be in the running. It looks like for intermediate, just based on numbers at least.
Yeah.
Well, there is a lot of people around the ring. Looks like it's the parking lot's full. Keeping your sheep moving is always it's always the wild card getting out here. Sometimes they may act good at home, and then all of a sudden they get here and nobody wants to be the leader. Ava Doig's here on this side, number 37 with the yellow bow. She's down about 4th on our paper list, but she was our first one in. She come firing right in, got her lamb on a halter, and could tell that lamb was really comfortable with that. So you'll notice the kids kind of lean into their lambs and have got a hold of their head. That's just to secure the lamb, get it to hold still, and kind of get that proper look that they're looking for.
Back in the barn, you can begin moving up your intermediate showmen for the next class. That's Madison Smith, Ariana Thomas, and Ellie Snap.
Well, if you missed our initial announcement, our judge today is Lane Slayton. Lane's from would have grown up in Hamilton County. They're just north of Indianapolis. Showed a lot of really high-end market lambs. He has spent some time here in the livestock judging world collegiately, and is currently at Iowa State, I think is what they said. There at Ames. Getting a degree in livestock judging on the college level. So it's great to have him here. He's home for the summer, probably doing an internship, and got a Sunday off and fit pretty good to come in here and sort on our sheep and get a chance to interact with the young people here in Decatur County. So now we'll run down through here on a side profile. Everybody kind of lined up side by side. Now we're going to be head to tail here. A young lady gets down here closer to the corner, then they'll hold them up, and everybody will get set here for a kind of a side profile look for their sheep. So. Well, I see Sarah Fall got here, and Sarah's...
They added her name at the end.
Okay, all right. She's doing a really nice job. So changing sides, you'll see these kids change sides, and the concept is just always to kind of keep your animal in between you and the judge, and so as the judge is moving around, you'll notice the kids are slightly adjusting where they're positioned at to kind of maintain that same concept. And the smoother you can do it, the better. Some of them are a little fast, and the hog judge called it kind of, it's like they're in a magic show. They're just trying to do everything a little too quick. You want to be smooth in that transition. You want to be anticipating the judge a little bit. And so he didn't ask any questions, but I think he's ready for the microphone and going to give us some comments here on junior showmanship.
I'll be honest, never judged halter showmanship before, but thoroughly enjoyed being able to work with those young people, but a little bit back of my element here. In this junior showmanship drive, I think they all do an excellent job. We're going to get a grand in reserve. I think are awfully good. To me, it's my job to be as transparent and honest with you as possible. I think there's one out here that does a heck of a job. Just knowing where I'm at, always having a good solid brace on that particular ewe, and then always knows where I'm at in terms of an intense look while still being calm, cool, and collected. I think it gets just a bit closer for reserve, but I think there's another young man that gets an awesome drive out of that sheep. At times wants to fight him just a bit, but I think he does an excellent job as well. If you would, go ahead and put your hands together ringside. I'll get you a grand in reserve.
All right, well, we're about ready to figure out who that is. Runs all the way to the end. Ava Doig is our champion.
Congratulations to Ava Doig, your champion junior showman. Congratulations to Baylor Broussard, your reserve champion junior showman. Ava is invited to come back and compete at the intermediate level.
Well, great job to all those in the junior category. Those were 3rd to 5th graders that coming out, and so now we'll get ready here on our intermediate. Got 3 individuals: Madison Smith, Ariana Thomas, and Ellie Snap, along with Ava Doig if she comes back. I think she will.
Entering the ring,
looks like she's around
intermediate
here.
showman, grades 6 through 8. That's Madison Smith, Ariana Thomas, Ellie Snap, and it looks as if Ava Doig will continue on and compete for intermediate. As we work through intermediate showmanship, seniors be getting your lambs to the makeup area. That's Brody Barker, Leah Bowdy, Addie Gauk, Jacob Gearhart, Ellie Grody, Elena Hostetler, Caroline Keeney, Ella Kuntz, Mason Smith, Micah Smith, and Ryan Rutherford.
Well, Garrett, I'd say Ava's kind of holding her own out there. As the little kid, she seems pretty calm, cool, and collected. It could be a little intimidating to get out there with the bigger kids, and so we're about ready to find out how this group of 4 shakes out.
Well, a little less numbers here in our next division, but I think equally the same. In terms of quality, we bring our junior back out here, and it's my job, like we said, to be as honest and transparent as possible. To me, she's still head and shoulders above the rest in terms of intensity, where she places her body in relation to how she gets that one to drive. She's going to go ahead and be your champion.
Wow. Good for her.
Congratulations.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Like in her previous division in junior showmanship, kind of a similar dynamic in terms of it getting just a bit closer. I think all 3 of these young ladies do an awesome job. To me, there's one that gets the most out of their sheep in terms of always having them look the part. Maybe just head, neck, and shoulder. Could be up and back ever so slightly, but the young lady directly in front of me will be a reserve. Let's go ahead and give them all a big round of applause.
Ariana Thomas, reserve.
Congratulations to Ava Doig, your champion intermediate showman. Reserve champion intermediate showman goes to Ariana Thomas. Next up, we'll have senior showmanship. These are grades 9 through 12 entering the ring.
I'm guessing Ava will come back for senior.
She sure will. I tell you what, I've got. We've had sheep kids that have just marched up through these, and I appreciate him.
Ava Doig is also now eligible to compete at the senior level.
Yeah, I appreciate.
So she wants to roll that lamb back around.
Lane's been real. When it's the best one out there, you just keep using it, and so we had. I think we'll have expert showmanship after this. We've had some individuals over the years that have raced up through these divisions, and it's going to be a little tougher here. Looking at the list of individuals that are out there after watching Halter, we got a little bit of a preview of this senior division and what kind of a juggernaut it is. She's going to come in and be, she's going to be relevant. That is for sure. But how she kind of matches up in this, I think this is going to kind of tell a lot. But they put her in the back of the line on both of these last 2 runs, and she started at the front of the line with in beginner when she started, so she's been able to work either end of that. We'll see if Lane mixes it up a little bit, or if he just handles and moves and lets him set and kind of goes off that. I don't think he asked any questions
I was
there.
Say, I don't think he has. Kind of surprised, but
I think it's just not looked close enough to maybe get into that.
Yeah.
Maybe if he feels like he's got a little more sort here, maybe he'll spend some time doing some showmanship, questioning, and kind of get some knowledge, information, just some interaction with the kids. Garrett, while he's sorting through this, we might be able to take a commercial break and grab that, and then we'll be right back with our senior show.
Attention back in the barn as we're working through the senior showman. Experts begin getting your lambs up to the makeup area. That's Maddie Broussall, Tinsley Broussall, Arden Muckerhide, and Jackson Stevens.
Halterman Real Estate and Farm Management brings over 90 years of experience and industry knowledge to you and your operation. Whether it's assisting you with selling your farm or providing you with farm management solutions, serving our clients remain our priority. Whether it's equipment, agricultural real estate, recreational real estate, or even that rural residential housing, Halderman can help. Contact us today at halderman.com.
Selection, service, and the latest in technology is what you'll find at Fraley Implement, your Massey Ferguson dealer in Rushville. For the latest in tillage technology, check out the Terramax from Great Plains. Krone leads the way in new innovations in hay and forage, and Fraley's carry time-tested Gale skid and track loaders as well. Their service department comes to the field or can repair it in shop, and the parts department stands by to keep your operation rolling. Fraley Implement on US 52 in Rushville. Go to FraleyImplement.com for more.
Alrighty, we're back here where the lambs and showers just moved to the side profile, and now the judge is really studying this group.
So he's going to make them do a little switching over, kind of see how smooth they are. Everybody's made their move down to the last two of kind of getting switched to the other side. I tell you what, if he doesn't we'll just see what kind of Lane's opinion is. I think this thing's is a little just tougher and tighter. Not asking questions. You're probably just going to get down to a few things. We'll see if he wants to keep this showmanship rolling, or if he's trying to get through it and you know, help kind of keep this show moving along. You can really spend a lot of time drilling down into these kids. Looks like he's got a decision made.
Well, before we go any further, let's go ahead and give all of our seniors a big round of applause. I think they all do an outstanding job, and depth and quality alike. It's been awesome to study in this particular division. To me, I think it gets just a bit closer than it has in previous. I think there's two individuals out here that are a bit different in terms of their style and comfort, in terms of where they're at, in terms of experience. I think it gets awfully close. One's just a bit better in terms of hand placement, neck set, and where they have that one's top line and spine out at all times. Maybe just does a bit more consistent job there. But I think our reserve is easily the most intense, easily the most, the best in terms of her side switches. Just like I said, not as aware yet at her particular age in terms of where she's at in her hand placement, and it's just a bit more inconsistent where those feet and legs are, which is completely understandable. But let's go ahead, give them all a big round of applause. I'll give you a champion reserve.
Congratulations to champion senior showman Brody Barker. And congratulations to our reserve champion senior showman Ava Doig.
Well, that little whippersnapper's just hanging right in there.
Next group into the show ring will be your expert showman.
She come to compete.
Consist of Maddie Broussall, Tinsley Broussall, Arden Muckerhide, and Jackson Stevens. And Ava Doig is also eligible to come back around and compete for expert. Brody Barker, excuse me. Brody Barker is able to come back around.
Oh, Matt, he was just trying to roll Ava on through, wasn't he? They did a good job. They've shut their mic off over there. Now we don't get the feedback. Yep. They got a pair of live ones over there. We can hardly hear ourselves think. So Brody Barker wins that senior showmanship. Ava Doig, that's been steamrolling through junior and intermediate, finally gets held up there. So she's going to be a senior for life now in this thing, and no doubt be a big contender as it gets ready for senior showmanship for next year. So congratulations to her. So Maddie Broussall, Tinsley Broussall, Arden Muckerhide, Jackson Stevens are out here, and then young man that's closest to the screen here coming in, that's Brody Barker. He just kind of came out of competing here in senior showmanship where he came out on top. So we're ready for expert. Our top 2 showmen in here will punch their ticket for the Tom Swain Memorial Showmanship on Tuesday evening. That is, for those of you that haven't caught word on, this is the 50th year for it. It's going to be a pretty special deal. Excited for a bunch of the alums to be back for it. It'll be a special one to be a part of. So good luck to these 5 as 2 of them are going to get a chance to be in that. So as you see these kids get their lambs set, they're handling those back legs, get both of them kind of in place, and then the front legs they can do a little more just kind of a pickup sit down and get those in position. And so then they're wanting to kind of get a brace and kind of get a side profile design out of those out of their lambs.
Immediately following expert showmanship, we're going to roll into the show, starting with our yearling doper class. That's a single entry. William Moore, be making your way to the makeup area with your yearling doper. And because it's a single entry, Riker Stevens in class number 2 could begin bringing that Dorset advantage to the makeup area.
All right, here's our judge with his comments.
Well, as expected, we turn up the heat in our expert division. I think all 5 of them do an awesome job. Before we go any further, let's go ahead and give them a big round of applause. I think, like I said, all of them do an awesome job. To me, it boils down between 2 of them, and it's nitpicking. Have been splitting hairs, if you will, because I think both of them do a great job of making sure they get those sheep up and out in terms of getting them to truly brace and drive. And then their eye contact and their intensity is off the charts good. To me, one's just a bit more consistent, and where feet and legs are at this stage of the game. And then there's one that's just a bit better, making that one run uphill just a shot more comparatively. But I'll set the mic down. I'll get you a grand reserve if you would. Give them one more big round of applause.
Well, both the Broussard girls have really done a great job out there. I'm not saying it's down to those 2, but Maddie goes ahead and grabs that champion spot in expert. So.
And her sister Tinsley gets reserved.
There we go.
Congratulations to Maddie Broussard, our champion expert showman. Reserve champion goes to Tinsley Broussard. That concludes our showmanship division, so we're going to roll right into the breeding show. And we're going to start with the yearling doper. This is a single entry class. William Moore will present his yearling doper.
Well, dorpers are one of those sheep that we've got in this that actually have got hair rather than wool, and so that's one of the unique things about the dorpers. They're a little more moderate in frame size and really got a lot of body and power to them, but because they don't have wool, they kind of shed their hair out, and that keeps you from having to shear them, and it's kind of one of the really nice advantages to those, and if from a commercial basis, where it's a sheep that doesn't have to get its wool sheared. Wool was worth a lot and very, prized, back in the day. And now it doesn't have near the value to it, and really becomes more of a nuisance to kind of get out of the way and off of these sheep. And so the Dorpers have really gained a lot of popularity.
Well, only a single entry here in this particular class, but I think the young man brings us one that's ultra high quality. In the front 1/3 of her body, short-bladed, very elevated there in terms of where her shoulder and her neckline sits. I think offers some genuine width and body shape there, and then reach and range of motion as well as they come in. Initially, is very, very good. I like this one quite a bit. You go ahead and give this young man a big round of applause.
Congratulations to William Moore with his champion yearling Dorper. Next, we will have Dorset Advantage, a single entry presented by Riker Stevens. Riker will also have a slick-shorn Dorset on deck. Tinsley Broussard, if you can bring your Hampshire to the makeup area as well.
Congratulations to William Moore on his champion Doper U. Coming out now, we got Riker Stevens with his Dorset Advantage.
Well, the young man brings us another single entry. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I think another one that could stand a lot more in terms of heat and competition. This thing is super skinny in terms of her neck. Love her cage and body and how it blends so smoothly and seamlessly from the side. Now, that might be to the fact that she's carrying just a bit more bark and condition over her forerib, but I certainly still think quality is quality. Young man brings us one that's awfully high quality. Let's go ahead and give him a big round of applause.
Congratulations to Riker Stevens with the champion Dorset Advantage. I also want to say thank you to Ward Equipment. All of these class trophies that these kids are getting were sponsored by Ward Equipment. It's a nice little take home for those kids, so thank you for that. Next into the show ring is Riker Stevens again with his Dorset Slick Shorn. Ariana Thomas, if you could begin bringing your natural color up to the holding area.
Well, they talk about slick shorn, and then they'll have some of these maybe labeled as fitted, and so fitted means they've left body wool on them and they've clipped it down to kind of optimize the sheep. Slick shorn are just that. They're more like a market lamb. They've got everything peeled off except for their leg wool. And so it's getting to be more and more popular. It's certainly easier for the kids, easier for families that want to get involved in sheep. There's a skill set that comes with the fitting side. So here's our judge.
Well, the young man brings us another one I dig a great deal. Awfully athletic in terms of her extension at the front 1/3 of her body. Still awfully robust in the center part of her body and her cage there. To me, if we're going to get awfully critical, we could peel just a bit of fat cover and condition off of her. Maybe soften her in regards to her lower body, make her balance out just a little bit more seamlessly. But I certainly think another one that exudes quality for this particular breed. Let's go ahead and give him a big round of applause once again.
Congratulations to Riker Stevens presenting the champion Dorset Slick Shorn. Next into the show ring will be Tinsley Broussard in a single entry in the Hampshire breeding division.
Congratulations to Riker. Out there now is Tinsley Broussard with her Hampshire ewe, which is also our reserve champion showmanship.
Garrett, you keeping everybody up while I'm slacking?
I'm trying.
I have gone off the rails here.
Mr. Social over here.
All right, well, our Hampshire entries out here now. Tinsley Broussard, another slick shorn. Here's Lane.
Well, we get into our Hampshires, and one I think is very intriguing, and that one's awfully tall. At the point of her shoulder, skinny necked, awfully tight-heighted, which only adds to her added touch and lean, fresh shape up top. To me, we step right in behind her, and you do have to ask yourself if she just has enough in terms of pin width, lower stifle, and true power and punch behind. But I think all that set aside, love her in terms of her side view. Let's go ahead and give her a big round of applause on bringing us another one. It's real high quality.
Congratulations to Tinsley Broussard with her champion Hampshire ewe. Entering the ring now is Ariana Thomas with a natural color ewe. This is a single entry class as well.
Quite a few single entry classes today.
It is. That's we're going to march through them. I mean, they've got quite a few sheep here. I know maybe we get out of the ewes, it'll be a little more.
Back in the barn, begin getting your South Downs ready to move up to the makeup arena. That's the yearling with Brody Barker, displaying Ava Doig and Sarah Fogg.
Well, here in our next division, another single entry, but I think one that's awfully level in terms of her lines, jet level in regards to where her hip and pin bone sits, and then I still think she's awfully up and out and extended up front. Now, if we're going to be awfully critical, we could shallow her up ever so slightly in terms of her chest, make her a bit deeper in regards to her flank, and just give her a bit more proportionality there from the side, but I think you can call a spade a spade. That one's still very, very good. Let's go ahead and give the young lady a big round of applause.
Congratulations to Ariana Thomas with the champion natural color ewe. Next up into the show ring is Arden Muckerhide presenting her Shropshire ewe.
Well, we've had a lot of them to this point in the youth show that are awfully elevated and extended up front, and this one's not a different story by any means. That one's awfully good built to the front one-third of her body, athletic look and tall-shouldered, and still offers plenty of lean, crisp shape up top, big-legged and stout-featured. Maybe not as far along in terms of a maturity pattern as some previous, but I still think that one represents a lot of good things. If you would, go ahead and give her a big round of applause.
Congratulations, Arden Muckerhide with the champion Shropshire ewe. Next into the show ring, we're going to do our Southdown division, starting with the yearling, presented by Brody Barker.
Don't forget that today at 3 o'clock we have the fair parade coming down Park Road, so you don't have anything going on, come on out, collect some candy, see all the floats. And then after that, fair rides, lots of good food out there. I believe it might be discount ticket night.
Back in the barn, if you could begin getting the Texels ready, Ryan Rutherford and Ellie Stapp be bringing your Texels up to the makeup area.
Out there now, we got Brody Barker with his yearling Southdown. Another single entry.
Well, maybe one that's just a bit different speed from what we've seen to this particular point in the day. But that's a very, very good thing in my opinion, because I love to study differences in terms of type and kind. And whenever they come with those differences but are still awfully high quality, I certainly like to discuss it. That one's awfully round in terms of her cage, stout about her feature down low, and awfully smooth in terms of her transitions from her hip loin and down into her flank. Not a need. Does that one have just a bit more fat cover and condition? They're over her forerib. Yes, and I'd like to trim her up just a bit. We can make her a bit leaner and crisper to the touch, but I still think that one's an awfully high quality one the young man brings us. Let's go ahead and give him a big round of applause.
Congratulations to Brody Barker presenting the class-winning yearling Southdown. Next into the ring will be the spring Southdown class. Brody Barker also has an entry here, as well as Ava Doig and Sarah Fogg.
Well, congratulations to Brody on that yearling ewe. I think kind of found one that he's pretty excited about. Probably have some implications later on here. So 3 entries here coming in and really on our ewe lambs.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a vehicle that needs to be moved as soon as possible. It's a Cadillac XTS down below the cattle barn here. Has a license plate SWJ823. If you have a white Cadillac XTS down below the cattle barn, could you please move that as soon as possible? Thank you.
Clearly a horse person.
Not me. Oh, I think
I
it's
should
right
have
here.
I should have asked you first. It's me, she said. Well.
Well, she didn't know.
At least they asked. Didn't say it's in the tow lot. Go get it. Ava Doig back in, Sarah Fogg, and then Brody Barker that just won that previous class. Looks like, I tell you, this is, we're going to get our money's worth out of him in this one. Looks like 3 pretty good downer ewe lambs. Barker's really extended. She's probably of this set. They don't have them broke by age for us. We do see that. Sarah Fogg's is our Jan 1, and then we've got 2 Februaries, and Brody's and Ava's. Brody's for a Feb. She's a big girl. She's just really smooth. She's got kind of a robust front end in her, and then probably the tallest part of her is right there at the point of her shoulder. She looks like a hard one to get around. Ava's got a really nice one there, and then we'll see where Sarah kind of lands. Sarah's maybe not as smooth in its top line, maybe not as deep cavitied as the other 2, but really comes with a kind of a slicker, leaner, fresher advantage too. So Lane's going to kind of figure out his priorities here, and we'll see where he lands on this set. I think he's got some give and take. He's going to go one more round. It's just an indication he's got plenty to look at here, and I think he's appreciating the quality in the class.
Sarah Fogg with, I believe he was pointing some numbers, so.
Just follow right in behind her. Well, I apologize. There's only 3 in this particular ULAM class, but I think it gets awfully close up top. To me, the young ladies, just initial impression-wise, I think her lower skeleton and build is just a bit better. When we set them in motion, top line and spine and everything's just a bit more comfortable. And I still think we step to the 3/4 and her genuine width right there at the surface is just a bit better. That one could stand to have just a bit more shape running down the backside of her shoulder. But from that standpoint, it's awfully impressive how she's that lean and that fresh from a hide and presentation standpoint, which is kind of a struggle to do in this particular breed. So I like to give credit where credit's due, but that one's awfully high quality for the young lady. Let's go ahead and give her a big round of applause. The one here in 2, that one's awfully stout in terms of her feature, maybe just a bit crisper and harder to the touch up top. But we walk those things and put them in, kick them in motion one more time, just a bit shorter in terms of her step, a bit tighter there at the center part of her spine. And that was just my dilemma between 1 and 2. I just thought our class runner was just a bit more comfortable. Something to take away from this young man's, though. Still think that one is awfully good. The one here in 3, that one is very fun to study in terms of her levelness of lines, length of body. Just to me, wants to run downhill ever so slightly, get a bit rounder in regards to her shoulder, and still doesn't offer the same kind of width and true power behind as the ones in 1 and 2, but still very level, and the girl does an awesome job. If you would, give this trio a big round of applause. Excited to see our 1 and 2 come back out.
Congratulations to Ava Doig with the class winner in the spring class of Southdown U's. Brody Barker was second, Sarah Fogg was third. Next, we're going to pick our champion Southdown U. That'll be between Ava Doig's spring and Brody Barker's yearling class winner.
Brody will have 2 out here, a first and a second. Brody's going to get on his yearling. Ava Doig will bring hers around. I think Davis kind of thinks she wants to be kind of in behind the yearling. I think that's appropriate, but judge goes ahead and says you're going to lead the way here. So she comes out, gets out in front, and the yearling will come in behind her. And typically in these sheep classes, they'll run the second places in behind the first just to get them all out in the ring. Not choosing to do that right now, so we'll see. That's just probably a judge's preference on that side of things. But Ava's out here with her ewe lamb, and Brody's got his yearling. 2 really high quality, really kind of national level type sheep out here in a county fair. Brody's second place, I think, is certainly in contention here if Ava would happen to get around the yearling, and I think it's Lane's got his work cut out for him here. I think he really likes that ewe lamb, and there's a lot of things to like about her. The yearling's got just a little more cover, and he talked about that there in class. She's just a little staler, maybe not as fresh, showing just a lot more days on feed and just some maturity to her. I think the young one doesn't have. He's going around one more time here. Let these things get a work. He's gotten a chance to look at them, but allow us to kind of get an appreciation. If you can notice and on the screen, and just the length of stride that ewe lamb's got's impressive. She's just really loose in her skeletal design. Brody's second place ewe lamb, and maybe to some extent this yearling too, just maybe a little narrow, just a little shorter strided. Maybe doesn't handle everything as well, and she's got a lot more to pack around, so she gets a pass on some of that, but we'll see if feet and legs kind of become a factor out here. Here's Lane.
Well, as we begin to pick champion Southdown U, I think 2 individuals that are in front of me that do a great job of blending parts and pieces together that are awfully fun to study. They're way different, but they're still way good. The one we start with here in our ewe-lamb class, that one's just a bit better in terms of the point of her shoulder, how she's so short in terms of her blade, and still her lower body fits into her appropriately. I think what that one's biggest advantage is when we set her in motion. That one's reach and motion, range of motion is just a bit better. In terms of her skeleton, and I'm not going to tell you that one's just as round. In terms of her cage, that robust. In terms of her hip and pin set, but to me, quality is quality, and for her to be that fresh. In terms of her hide, I appreciate that one just a great deal. Now the one here that represents our yearling ewes, that one is full 180 in terms of her body shape, round caged, awesome in terms of her pin set and stoutness there at the surface. We kick him in motion one more time. That one's just a bit more upright. In terms of her shoulder, a bit shorter in regards to her step. To me, those are the differences. One's just a bit fresher, one's just a bit more powerful. Pick your poison. I'm going to go ahead and do so, but if you would, go ahead and give these young people a big round of applause.
I think he's reading them right.
Oh, yeah.
Tough give and take. I think Lane sees a lot in both of them. So these two, they're going to be involved as we move on here for sure into the drive on down. So he has still not got his mind made up. I think this thing could go either way. He uses it.
Congratulations, champion Southdown ewe goes to Ava Doig with her spring ewe. Now we can bring...
Did he pick reserve?
Now for reserve, it will be between Brody Barker's yearling, also Brody Barker's second placed spring ewe.
Looks like he's got Addie Gauk here to help him out.
I think these two are really kind of cut from the same mold. If he feels like all things equal, bigger's better. I could see the yearling taking the cake, but he really was excited to see both these come back out. He's going for the yearling.
Brody's yearling Southdown was selected for reserve champion Southdown ewe. All right, next into the ring, we're going to move on to Texels. Class number 9, single entry yearling Texel, presented by Ryan Rutherford.
Well, that was a tough class.
Yep.
A lot of quality there. I mean, even Sarah Fogg ends up third, and with a really intriguing one he really liked and spoke highly of. So move into the Texels. Texels are a wool breed, but one that really comes with a lot of extra shape and kind of muscle design. A breed that probably wasn't as focused in the show ring up until maybe just 15 or 20 years ago. Was strictly a commercial breed that was out on the range. A lot of these came out of Europe and has been here in the United States through artificial insemination and embryo transfer. Brought in some new genetics in, and we're fortunate here to have a breeder in the county that's into them. So here's Lane.
When a young man brings us a Texel ewe, I appreciate in terms of her dimension and substance to the center part of her body, still awfully stout in terms of her foot size and feature underneath, and still we're getting behind her, and we set that one in motion, still relatively square in terms of where she puts her hock and to the surface. I think that one is exceptionally good for this particular breed. Let's go ahead and give this young man a big round of applause.
Congratulations to Ryan Rutherford presenting the class-winning yearling Texel ewe. Next into the ring, we'll evaluate Ellie Snap's spring Texel ewe.
All right, got our ewe lamb coming in here next. And then we'll be selecting our champion of reserve.
Want to call up into the makeup area Elena Hostetler's commercial white-faced spring ewe.
So not on the sheet is Elena Hostetler. Looks like maybe got omitted for some reason. They've got the commercial ewes broken to white face. She's got a brockle that she'll bring out here. And they're running those as a separate deal to the black face or the Hampshire Suffolk Cross type sheep. So I don't see it on here, Garrett. Do you? So that's why they kind of made the announcement. I think they're going to do that one first, and then they're going to do, I do see white face as we get into the weathers, but they don't have it on the U sheet.
Well, a young lady brings us one. I think it's very similar to the previous, just a little bit later in terms of her maturity. That one's very good in terms of her body shape. Love her genuine width there at the surface, and still progresses back with the right kind of width. To me, that one's just a bit rounder in terms of her hip, a bit shorter in terms of her body, but she also holds the advantage in terms of lean, high cuttable shape up top. But still, let's go ahead and give her a big round of applause on a job well done.
Congratulations, Ellie Snap with the champion Spring U. Now we're going to choose the champion Textile between Ellie Snap's Spring and Ryan Rutherford's Yearling. Both of these ewes were county born and bred, by the way, here in Decatur County.
They're at old Bockelman Family Textiles.
That's right. Yeah, Mike's been, I don't know, maybe 10 years he's been doing
I began to mention, extremely different types and kinds of sheep, but still very similar in some areas in regards to body shape, stoutness of feature at the surface. You just kind of have to, this drive kind of reminds me of our differences in our Southtown ewes, so I think there's a whole lot of differences in terms of type and kind. One's just a bit fresher in terms of her cage and forerib, and the other one's just a bit more powerful in terms of her upper hip and pin set. Takes just a bit more squareness there to the surface. Kind of got to just sort through those differences, and that's why it makes it so fun for me. But I'll go ahead and get you a champion in reserve. Let's give these young people one more big round of applause.
Ryan Rutherford, the champion.
Champion Texel goes to Ryan Rutherford with his yearling. Reserve champion goes to Ellie Snap. Congratulations. Both of those were county born and bred as well, so they'll be receiving awards for the champion county bred and born Texel ewe. Next into the ring, Elena Hostetler with her commercial white-faced Spring ewe. Please begin making your way to the makeup area with your commercial blackface ewes. That's Mason Mowdy, Addie Gauk, Ellie Grody, Ella Kuntz, Caroline Thomas, and Case Hanning.
So Elena Hostetler here in the ring with her brockle-faced ewe lamb. Really level designed and fresh. One that maybe you'd open up a little bit, and we'll see, get his comments here on this single entry.
Well, a young lady brings us one I think represents a lot of good things in terms of body shape, like her in terms of her hard, crisp shape up top, and still relatively level in terms of her lines there from the side. We could make her just a bit sleeker there in terms of the base of her blade, and then give her just a bit more punch and power there to her lower stifle, but I think that's getting awfully critical on one that's very, very good. The young lady does an awesome job. Let's show some appreciation and give her a big round of applause.
Congratulations, Elena Hostetler, presenting the champion commercial white-faced ewe. Last class in the breeding division is entering the ring. These are your commercial black-faced ewes. They are all spring ewe lambs. All right, we're still waiting up here at the show ring for Case Hanning's commercial black-faced ewe.
You. All right, one of our biggest classes we've had here, our blackface commercial ewes breeding class, slick sheared out here. I mean, these things are going to kind of give us a preview of what the market lambs are going to be look like when we get into those. Looks like a pretty deep class here, kind of the who's of names out here in the class too. So going to be some, should be some, looks like just good quality from an initial glance into the class.
As our judges sorting the commercial blackface ewes back in the barn, if you could begin getting your breed champion ewes and reserve breed champion ewes up to the holding area. We're going to bring you both in and line you up, champions and reserve, to select our overall champion ewe.
That's what I kind of thought they would do as they work through the regular shows, is bring those second place in the class, but they're going to kind of wait to do that here for the drive. That's okay. They must feel like they got enough time. We've got a 3 o'clock start on a parade this afternoon, so no pressure to our judge, but we're kind of working in the timeline. But he's worked right through. As soon as we complete this class and get a breed champion and reserve, we'll be ready to move into our champion drive for our ewes, and should be a really nice set to have out there for it. And then we'll move into our weather show.
I feel like Lane has done a really nice job just keeping this thing running smoothly and quickly today. So
he has. He's. You can tell he's really confident in what he likes, and has gotten out here and really sorted through them quick. The kids have gotten their looks, and if there was classes that he needed to take more time in, he's done that. But
definitely,
if it was cut and dry, he's not messed around and gotten right to the mic and kind of explained his decisions on them. So. But he's had some small classes. That's certainly made it easier for him to kind of work through those a little faster. Now got a class that maybe just offers some more similarity to it. So he's going to pull and maybe start here on the 5th place hole and work his way back up. So 5th place looks like it's going to be 472.
I believe that's Case Hanning, another one that we added.
Okay.
Ellie Grody with 4th, I believe. No, 5th. No. How many out there?
That's 6, you're right.
So Ellie Grody with 5th. Ella Coons with 4th.
He might have named them already. We'll see what he does here in his top 3.
Well, as we near the end of our youth show with our black faces, I think we got one to start that does so as soon as their first and second stride hit the ring. I love that one in terms of her silhouette and build there from the side, tall-shouldered and short about her blade, and still we get to the 3/4, and that one's easily the best in terms of her body shape and still combining some muscle texture up top. I'll be very, very excited to see how she stacks up with the rest of our breed champions. The one here in second, that one might be the most overwhelming in terms of her barrel and cage. Love that one in terms of her upper part of her pin set and her width as she takes it to the surface. Just to me, gets a bit more compact here from the side, a bit shorter bodied and tighter about her spine. If we can lengthen her out and elevate her just a bit, I think she can give our class winner just a bit more competition. But that one represents a lot of good things in terms of shortness of blade and genuine width as she comes and goes away. The one here in 3, that one is the one that's just a bit more that's different, and different can be very, very good, because I like that one in terms of her lines and levelness from the side. It's awfully tall there at the point of her shoulder. To me, if we can stouten her up in terms of her feature, give her just a bit more depth in terms of her flank, make her proportion out ever so slightly better, that one becomes even more impressive. But certainly, young lady does an awesome, awesome job. My compliments to her. The young people that come next, I think all are very different. Young lady brings us one that's awfully stout in terms of her feature and round about her body shape. Just need to make her collect just a bit better in terms of her spine there from the side, make her just a bit more elevated. Young lady brings us one that does all those things in terms of levelness of lines. Just like to stouten her up from this particular viewpoint. Then the young man on the end brings us an awfully white featured one that's awfully good in terms of her muscle shape and expression. Just got to power her up and give her more true muscularity and punch going away. If you would, though, go ahead and give them all a big round of applause on a job well done.
Congratulations to Mason Bowdy with the class-winning commercial blackface ewe. Addie Gauk with second. Third went to Caroline Thomas. Fourth, Ellie Coons. Fifth, Ellie Grody. And sixth went to Case Hanning. All right, now we are going to ask Mr. Slayton to pick our overall grand champion U. We're going to line them up out here in the holding area. We're going to introduce you and bring you in and line you up champions first. Then we will introduce the reserves.
Oh, did you want the white ribbon?
Ooh, they get that mic shut off, then it's a whole lot better. Well, it sounds like they're going to leave a champion light and a champion dark on our crossbreds and bring both of them in. That was kind of a decision. I wasn't sure how they were going to play that out. Typically, you get that thing pushed together and then come out for drive. But they're getting everybody organized. Going to take just a little bit here.
All right, as they enter the ring here, William Moore with the champion Dorper yearling. Riker Stevens with the Dorset advantage. Riker Stevens also with the champion Dorset Slickshorn. Tinsley Broussall presenting the champion Hampshire. Ariana Thomas with the champion Natural Color. Arden Muckerhide with the champion Shropshire. Ava Doig is presenting the champion Southdown. Ryan Rutherford has the champion Texel. And Mason Noddy with your champion commercial Blackface. Also the commercial Whiteface, Elena Hostetler, is in the ring. We'll also bring out our reserve champions if they're up here and available to have them represented. The reserve champion Southdown is the yearling presented by Brody Barker. The reserve champion Texel is Ellie Snap. And the reserve champion commercial Blackface U is Addie Galk.
Well, congratulations to all these kids on their achievement here to get to the champion drive. That's what their hope was for all of them, and now you get in here and and I tell you, luck kind of takes over. We've got a few favorites probably in this drive, just based off of the judges' comments. Certainly, there's some quality really that showed up, and he was really impressed with really all the breeds and what they had to offer.
All right.
Placing any bets, Garrett?
Nah.
No. I tell you what, it's felt really pretty good in here thus far.
There's been a nice breeze blowing through every once in a while.
It has. The sun's a-shining out there. I dare to say we're cranking up. So.
Yep.
So my phone only says 81, but.
At the conclusion of the selection of the Grand Champion U and Reserve Grand Champion U, we will select the Grand Champion County Bred and Born, Decatur County Bred and Born. So if they are not in the ring, which looks like perhaps Brody Barker's Spring Southdown, be ready to have that U up here for the selection of the County Bred and Born.
Well, Lane Slayton's been our judge today, and he has been he's been just fire on the mic. I'm going to be head coaching the Greensburg's livestock judging team here going forward, and taking over for the late Merrill Smith. And I tell you what, I caught a couple kids already. I'm like, you need to be paying attention here.
The banner for the Grand Champion U this year for Decatur County is sponsored by Cova Fertilizer. Thank you, Cova, for your support.
Here's Lane with his comments for his Grand Champion in reserve. I think we're just picking two.
Well, I know I kind of sound like a broken record, but I feel like it's of primary importance that we do this. Let's go ahead and give all these young people a big round of applause. You know, awesome set of youths, even better set of young people. They've worked hard all day, not only today, but I know what it takes throughout the summer to be able to do this at any level you want to, and I think they've done a tremendous job today, showcasing their hard work, being able to get some accomplishments and success done, and even those that didn't, I think did an excellent job. Like I said, I'm probably not most equipped to give you a big motivational speech. I'm 22 years old. A lot of you ringside have a lot more wisdom and knowledge than I do about life. All I can say is if you didn't get what you wanted to accomplish today, if you didn't get a goal that you've worked toward all summer accomplished today, my only advice to you would just be to go to work, go home, get better, because that's where it all starts. My first sheep I ever showed, I was last in class. My first time in showmanship, I was last in class, and I was fortunate enough to have some success. Just being able to work hard, get after it, and be determined, not let the noise affect anything. If you would, go ahead and give all these young people one more big round of applause. I think we're going to select 5 of them that are absolutely awesome for this particular level. I'll stop rambling. I'll get you a top 5.
Well, I could sit here and listen to him all day. I mean, he thinks he says the same thing a lot. I think he's thrown in a lot of new terms that I just don't hear a lot. I like his combination, his description. He really breaks them down, and I think quickly he gets to the point of where each one of them maybe have advantages and disadvantages, and that's all you can ask for in a judge. He's been quick and thorough, and thorough more than quick. You know, I mean, I think he's done a great job of kind of getting them in line. He's
really studying him.
He does. He appreciates. I tell you, the Dorset that we've got, maybe Dorset Advantage, those two are just really good, high-quality sheep. Didn't have any competition in those, but don't overlook where those two are maybe going to land in the heat of this for sure. And then our Hampshire's definitely in the mix, even though had a single entry. Maybe that one you'd like to maybe stouten up a bit, and then probably the crowd favorite's going to probably be the Downer of Ava Doig, our little showmanship masterpiece. Comes through that deal, and she's got a South Down that's certainly already gotten around a couple of them and has really kind of put her in a favorite spot. So it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. I think we've got a good black face, a good Downer, and then these two Dorset Advantages probably kind of lead the way as the ones to be kind of keeping an eye on here. But great show. Lane's done a great job of describing these things.
Congratulations. That commercial U was Riker Stevens. That was shown by his brother, Jackson Stevens.
Is that right?
Reserve Grand Champion goes to Mason Bowdy. Stepping in for that hole is Addie Galk. Third place overall goes to Riker Stevens.
Oh, I tell you what, those two things, there wasn't anything in class, but it was going to take some heat to deal with them. Those are two outstanding ones. That commercial down there splits those two up, and then our Downer of Ava Doig ends up being fourth.
Fourth overall is presented by Ava Doig.
I think now it gets a little tougher. I mean, I think those four were real standouts. Our reserve Dark Cross, I think, comes into contention here. And so we'll just kind of see where he lands. Brody's reserve.
Stepping in with his reserve is fifth overall, Brody Barker. Congratulations to everyone in the U division. Let's give them one more big round of applause for presenting their class-winning U's.
Yeah, great female show here. I think just a real top end.
If you had a county bred and born, we'll stay here to select the county bred and born champion.
And the dust clears on that drive.
We need all county bred and born class winners to stay in the ring for the selection of the Decatur County bred and born champion and reserve.
All right, we've got a few of these out here we're going to get put together.
We get to pick a grand and reserve in this particular division because having one that you raised and had ever since her whole life, it's pretty surreal experience. I commend these kids for wanting to participate and be involved in that. To me, I think it boils down between two of them. One's just a bit bolder and stouter there in terms of her pin set and cage. The other one's just a bit more athletic in terms of her look. Young man with your Southdown will be your champion. Young lady in front of me with your Hampshire will be reserve. Let's go ahead and give them all a big round of applause.
Well, congratulations. Brody Barker with his county champion. That was a reserve lamb.
County bred and born goes to Brody Barker. Reserve champion is Tinsley Broussard with the Hampshire.
You need a break or are we rolling?
It's hot, right?
All right, we're going to roll right into the market classes. We're going to start with the Dorpers. William Moore, we need your Dorper up here for the market division. Also begin getting ready your Hampshires from the market class number 2. That's Baylor Broussard, Ava Doig, Sarah Fall, Madison Smith, and Jackson Stevens. We're going to roll right into the market classes. As they're getting those market lambs ready, an update from the old-timer showmanship table over there. The following have been nominated to participate and paid for. Emily Walls, Mike Bockelman, Whitney Wallace, Josh Snap, Bill Doig.
Who's that, Gary Swinney? Gary Swinney?
I thought Josh Snap.
The last one.
It's Gary Swinney. Gary Sweeney. All right, these people have been paid for and entered into old-timer showmanship. You're welcome to get your name off the list, but it's going to cost you $10.
Oh, you need something? I want to write them down.
What's that?
Well, as we step into our Market Lamb show, I think the young man brings us one to get us off to a great start because that one is plenty elevated and extended for this particular breed. Love his lines and silhouette there from the side, and still comes equipped with some expressive shape. Is that one the roundest in terms of his body or the stoutest in terms of his foot size and feature? No, I don't think so, but certainly that one paints an awfully high-quality picture there from the side. If you would, go ahead and give him a big round of applause.
Congratulations to William Moore presenting the champion Dorper Market Lamb. That lamb is also the champion county born and bred for the Dorper division. Entering the show ring now is class number 2, Hampshire Market Lambs. These will be presented by Baylor Broussard, Ava Doig, Sarah Fogg, Madison Smith, and Jackson Stevens. At the conclusion of the Hampshire class, we need the natural colors up to the makeup area. Maddie Broussard and Jackson Stevens, begin bringing your natural colors up to the makeup area.
Congratulations to William Moore on that champion Dorper, along with champion county born, bred, and raised. Coming out in the ring now, we have our Hampshire. We have Ava Doig in front of us, Sarah Fogg next to her, along with Baylor Broussard, Jackson Stevens, and on the end, Madison Smith, sorry. And we are in our market class. We'd like to take this moment to thank a few of our livestock sponsors, Halderman Real Estate and Farm Management, Fraley Implement, and Homan Inc. Thank you to those sponsors who make this show and broadcast possible. Here Lane starts to make his choices on our Hampshire class. Here's Lane.
Screw around and then we can talk. Okay? So just move yours right in here and then she'll pour hers up. There you go. Well, a great way to continue our Market Lamb Show here at our Hampshires. So I think we have an excellent set of them. To me, the one that wins, though, there was never a doubt in my mind he was going to go ahead and win this particular class. That one combines a lot of good things that we've talked to this point in the day. Offers some genuine width and stoutness there at the surface. Awfully good in terms of his body shape and cage, and still provides enough athleticism in terms of his look there from the side. You know, is he as hard and crisp to the touch as the one we're going to talk about next? No, I don't think so, but that's getting very, very critical on one who's combined some body shape, some feature, and some genuine skeletal width there at the surface. The one that comes next, that one is a bit harder to the touch, a bit fresher in terms of how he's presented as well, in terms of his hide and handle. To me, we set that one in motion, and here on the stick as well, he wants to come apart there at the top side of his shoulder and run downhill ever so slightly, and then he gets more uncoordinated, and how he wants to use his rear wheels, a bit frailer there, but I still think that one combines very, very unique pieces to talk about in terms of handle quality and just freshness. That one is very, very good in his own right. The one that comes next, that one may be a bit stouter in terms of his feature than the one we just talked about. I think that one still combines some shortness of blade and some freshness there in terms of his hide. To me, that one's just a bit over-conditioned in terms of his forerib. We could give him just a bit more pin width here from behind, but I think the young man does an excellent job. My compliments to him. The young people we have coming next, too, that are polar opposites in terms of their build, prefer the young ladies in terms of roundness of body and pin set, and you just elevate him there at the point of his shoulder. The young lady that goes ahead and rounds out our class, tall-shouldered, level in terms of his lines, just need to give him more power and punch behind. But if you would, go ahead and give them all a big round of applause. Awesome set of them to work through.
Congratulations in that class to Jackson Stevens with his first place Hampshire Market Lamb. Ava Doig gets second. Baylor Broussard with third. Madison Smith with fourth. And Sarah Fogg with fifth. Moving into the show ring now, we have our natural color market lambs. They will be presented by Manny Broussard and Jackson Stevens. In the makeup area, we need to have the Oxford, presented by Peyton Coors, to be brought up to the makeup area. That's a single entry, as well as the Shropshire, presented by Caroline Thomas. Have them on deck.
Alrighty, we're here in our natural color class, and we have a good set here. We also have a new guest with us, Mason Smith. Mason, were you a 10-year member of the sheep?
Yes, sir. That's me.
What'd you show today?
I showed the sheep today.
Well, what kind of sheep though?
It was a market lamb sheep.
How'd you do with that?
It was all right. I got first place in one of my halter classes and runner-up in my second halter class, so I got a few awards today.
There you go.
And now I got a market lamb class coming up in about an hour or so.
Okay.
So I'm pretty excited for that.
Yep. Got Matty Broussard and Jackson Stevens out here. A nice dual class. Here's Lane.
Well, at the start of the day, we were judging showmanship, and I told you it's my job to be as frank and transparent as possible. Guys, the one we start with, there's not many sheep at the county level that come like this one's built. Awesome in terms of his hide and handle, great in terms of his genuine width and squareness there as we go to the surface. But for him to still provide that kind of a look, an elite show sheep look up front, that one's awfully impressive. The young man's that comes next, that one just simply ran into a buzzsaw, because that one's awfully good in his own right, her own right. That one's level in terms of her lines, love her in terms of her stoutness of feature and reach and range of motion. Just doesn't offer the same kind of pin width, same kind of shape right over her forerib and the top side of her skeleton, but the young man does an awesome job. My compliments to him. If you would, ringside, let's go ahead and give them all a big round of applause. Big fan of our class winner.
Congratulations to Matty Broussard, presenting the champion natural color. Reserve champion natural color goes to Jackson Stevens. Next into the ring will be the Oxford single entry, presented by Peyton Coors.
Young lady brings us one that's awfully expressive in terms of his handle quality, love him in terms of his elevation up front, and still offers some shape there to his lower stifle. He's not the most overwhelming in that regard, maybe not the roundest in terms of his body, but lines and silhouette read with awesome quality. If you would, go ahead and give this young lady a big round of applause.
Congratulations, Peyton Coors, with the champion Oxford Market Lamb. Now moving into the ring will be the Shropshire, presented by Caroline Thomas, single entry. We also need into the makeup area the South Downs, Tinley Broussard and Riker Stevens. Be on deck, ready for the South Down class.
In the ring now is Caroline Thomas with her Shropshire Lamb.
Another single entry as we keep rolling, but this one represents some good things in terms of his body shape, love his whiteness, in terms of his feature. He's not the most elevated up front, but I think his body shape and genuine width compensates for that plenty. Let's go ahead and give this young lady a big round of applause for bringing us a very nice sheep. Good job. You're good.
Congratulations to Caroline Thomas with the champion Shropshire. Entering the ring next will be the South Downs, Tinsley Broussard and Riker Stevens.
As you probably realized, Andrew had to leave for a little bit. He's got someone coming in to get some rabbits, so he won't be with us.
As we're sorting these South Downs in the ring back in the barn, if Carter Rutherford could begin moving up to the makeup area with his Texel. Also be getting your white-faced commercials ready.
And Mason has another show coming up here with this white-faced commercial, so he's going to get ready for that one. Out here now, we've got Tinsley Broussard and Riker Stevens with their South Down lamb, market lamb. Nice dual class we've got here. Also, don't forget, here in a few hours, we've got the Decatur County Fair Parade at 3 o'clock running down Park Road, one of our county's largest parades, showcasing the royalty of our county, different organizations and youth teams in our county. So come on out, collect some candy, and see what our county has to offer.
Well, only two Southdown weathers in this particular breed, in this particular class. We have an absolute heater of a winner, and with regards to this one's breed, with the young lady in front of me, for a Southdown to be that athletic, that tall, at the point of his shoulder, still handle it, that much firm, hard muscle shape, and then get in behind him, and his genuine width and squareness is awesome. I like that one a great deal as well, to go ahead and win. The one here in two, that one offers some neat pieces in terms of levelness of lines. Love that one in terms of his reach and range of motion. Just to me, wants to run downhill ever so slightly more tucked up in terms of his flank. Young man does an awesome job. Let's go ahead and give him and our other Southdown exhibitor a big round of applause.
Congratulations to Tinley Broussard, presenting the champion Southdown Market Lamb. Reserve champion goes to Riker Stevens. Entering the ring next in class number 7 will be a single entry Texel, presented by Carter Rutherford.
Alrighty, in the ring now, we've got Carter Rutherford with his Texel.
Once again, we want to thank Ward Equipment for sponsoring all these class-winning trophies that these kids are going home with. Thank you for your support and your sponsorship, Ward Equipment.
Here's Lane.
Well, a young man brings us one that offers a hard, crisp muscle shape, awesome body, and cage there to the center part of his skeleton, and then still comes equipped with plenty of pin set and width. Let's go ahead and give him a big round of applause as he exits.
Congratulations to Carter Rutherford, presenting the champion Textile Market Lamb. Entering the ring next will be the white-faced commercial lambs. The winner of this class will be the champion white-faced commercial.
In this class, we've got Maddie Broussard, Addie Gauk, Case Hanning, Peyton Coors, Mason Smith, and Elena Hostedler. a nice big class here.
Bigger class to sort here. I want to take the opportunity to again thank all of the other sponsors that made all of these awards possible. Ward Equipment, Cova Fertilizer, Scott Broussall and family, Barker Family South Downs, Scott and Amy Smith family, Bill and Bonnie Whitlisbach, and Mike and Christy Balkman. Thank you for supporting this sheep show.
Halderman Real Estate and Farm Management brings over 90 years of experience and industry knowledge to you and your operation. Whether it's assisting you with selling your farm or providing you with farm management solutions, serving our clients remain our priority. Whether it's equipment, agricultural real estate, recreational real estate, or even that rural residential housing, Halderman can help. Contact us today at halderman.com.
I'd like to thank Halderman for their support of the livestock show here today. On Tuesday, we have the Tom Swain Showmanship. It is the 50th anniversary of that show. It is the top 2 expert showmen of each breed, the sheep, goats, pigs, cattle, and dairy cattle. So they will all come together and show their respective species and also the other ones as well. So it's a big competition and big award to receive as well. Here Lane is starting to make his choices and will be giving us his voice of reason. Here's Lane.
Well, a young lady brings us another one that, for this one's particular breed, gets me awfully excited. Tight-hided, expressive in terms of his shape, but from this particular view right here, that one's an absolute heater. In terms of his lines and silhouette, real excited to see that one back out in our drive. The one here in second, that one closely follows him just in terms of his tightness of hide and offering some levelness in terms of his lines. He's just not in the same league in terms of shape and body there. If we could elevate him as well, just the front 1/3 of his body, I think we could give our class winner just a bit more heat and competition. That one's still no slouch in his own right, just ran into an absolute buzzsaw. The one here, that one might be the most overwhelming in terms of his cage and body. That was genuine width there at the surface. If we could peel just a bit of fat cover and condition off of him and just elevate him there at the point of his shoulder, I think we can become the switch that pair between 2 and 3, but the young lady does an awesome job. We round out our class with 2, I think, that are very similar, long, extended sheep in terms of their lines, just need more power and punch behind. But if you would, go ahead and give them all a big round of applause, awfully high on our class winner.
Congratulations to Maddie Broussall, the champion white-faced commercial market lamb. Reserve champion went to Peyton Coors. Third place in that class was Addie Galk, Mason Smith with 4th, and Elena Hostetler with 5th.
Alrighty, we're moving into the last part of our show here.
Blackface commercial division. We have 2 classes here. Class number 9 will go first. We're making sure we have everybody back here in the makeup area. Class number 9, blackface commercials, consists of Leah Bowdy, Eli Biller, Ellie Grody, Caroline Caney, and Ariana Thomas.
right here on your screen. In front of you, you got Eli Biller, Ariana Thomas in the teal, Leah Bowdy in the pink or purple, Ellie Grody there in the yellow, and Caroline Caney in the black. We were in the blackface commercial market lamb class. Here, Lane's getting a nice side view of the black-faced first class of the blackface commercial. Alrighty, just pulled Ellie Grody up. Just picked his top. He'll give his reasonings here. Here's Lane.
A little bit more challenging of a class than the previous, because I think there's just a lot more differences to work through. But initially, I was never going to not start with the young ladies that directly in front of me. That one's just simply the best in terms of her body shape, love her handle, and muscle texture up top. If we're going to get awfully critical, we can make that one just a bit bigger to the upper part of her pin set and match it, which is just a bit more stoutness in terms of her feature. But the basics of body shape and handle quality are certainly there. Congratulations to that young lady. The one here in 2 is actually going to be the young man that's to my far left. That one's lines and silhouette are awfully good. You step to the rear shot, and that one's still got some progression in terms of his width, the upper part of his hip and pin set. It's just from the same view, though, where he's just a bit flatter there to his body wall. I would like to elevate him there just a bit more at the top side of his blade, but I think levelness of lines and offering some added pin set, young man needs to go ahead and be second. The young lady here in 3, that one does rival our second place in terms of his body shape. To me, just got to peel a bit more fat cover and condition off of that one, make him just a bit more expressive and square there to the upper part of his hip. Young lady there does an awesome job. My compliments to her. The young people we have coming next, I think, offer a sheep that are very similar in terms of their lines and silhouette there from the side. Just need to square them up from behind, give them a bit more power as they come and go away. But if you would, go ahead and give them all a big round of applause. Very good class.
Congratulations to Leah Bowdy for winning that class, class number 9. Second place went to Eli Biller. Third, Ariana Thomas. Fourth, Caroline Caney. And fifth, Ellie Grody.
Looks like got us a nice lamb loose out here, so we'll take a quick commercial break while they get that one rounded up.
Homan Inc. is your agricultural, construction, and equipment experts. Homans are specialists in construction of all aspects of hog, beef, and dairy facilities. Their GSI grain storage and handling can facilitate from 100 to 1 million bushels. And they handle all types of livestock equipment, from dryers, manure systems, augers, conveyors, fans, and more. Plus, they have a large inventory of service parts as well. Let the pros at Home & Inc. help design your next farm expansion. Home & Inc. in Milroy at 2131 State Road 244. Family owned since 1958. Phone 765-629-2470.
Well, they about had it, but now they let it out of the show ring. So
Back into the show ring, Addie Galk.
So now everyone's running around trying to catch a lamb on the loose. So hopefully all the doors are shut to where it can't get out, because who knows if that thing gets out where it'll go.
We'd like to thank our ring crew for the entertainment and chasing down the loose one. You guys thought the rodeo was tonight. Started early. Coming into the ring, class number 10, blackface commercials.
Thank you to Matt Morris for his PAing over the show today. In the ring now, we've got in front of us Jackson Stevens, Micah Smith, Jacob Gearhart, and Tinsley Broussard over there. And this will be our final class of blackface commercial market lambs. The top two, I believe, of the class 9 and top 2 of class 10 will come back together for champion and reserve. After that, I believe champion and reserve of the black face and white face will come back for maybe not. Maybe all champions and reserve champions will come back for the grand drive. Then after that, we'll have the grand drive of county born bred. And if you're just tuned in on the radio and would like to watch it live, you can go to WTRE on YouTube and find today's sheep show to watch it live. Nice set of exhibitors out here today. Lane.
Well, a pair of sheep and a pair of young people that have been battling it out all day. I just prefer the young ladies in terms of her body shape. That one's still very short-bladed and shallow in terms of his chest. We set him in motion. Is that one just have the most reach and range of motion? No, I don't think so. He wants to kind of roach up there in the middle of his back, but I think that's kind of missing the forest for some small trees, because that one's genuine width, power, still combining some quality. Just has to win this particular drive. The one here in 2, that one's no doubt the most extended in terms of his neck set up top, level in terms of his lines. Still build and skeletal quality is very, very good. Just to me, doesn't come equipped with the same kind of shape up top. Doesn't have the same kind of lower stifle pop and power there. If we could shallow him up ever so slightly, but I think just in terms of length of body, levelness of lines, young man brings this one that's awfully high quality, just weighing in the one that's very, very good. The one here that comes next, body shape and offers some body shape, offers some pin width. Just to me, a bit plainer there to the touch. Wants to taper there to the lower part of his stifle. Young man brings this one to round out the class with that offers some quality in terms of the front of her body. Just need to give her a bit more stoutness and shape there going away. If you would, though, go ahead and give them all a big round of applause. Been an excellent show to this particular point.
Congratulations to Tinsley Broussard for winning Class 10. Second in that class was Jackson Stevens. Third, Micah Smith. And fourth, Jacob Gearhart. Now we're going to bring those class winners back in to choose the champion blackface commercial.
First and second.
And let's have your second place in class out here as well. We need Leah Bowdy's class winner and Tinsley Broussard's class winner from class 9 and 10 respectively. We also need Eli Biller's second place lamb and Jackson Stevens' second place lamb. Now we're going to choose a champion blackface commercial market lamb.
Alrighty, right there in the pink shirt, Leah Bowdy, winner of Class 9. Right there in the multicolored shirt, Tinsley Broussard, winner of Class 10.
Back in the barn if you...
Behind Leah Bowdy is Eli Biller, winner of Class 9, second place of Class 9. And behind Tinsley is Jackson Stevens, second place, Class 10.
Well, here in our champion crossbred drive, as we begin to wind down our market lamb show, I think there's one that wins and does so rather handily in this particular lineup, and then I think it gets awfully close for reserve. Two completely different sheep in terms of their maturity pattern, in terms of their handle quality, but to me, it becomes awfully close for reserve. I'll go ahead and set the mic down. I'll show you the two I like in order. If you would, let's go ahead and give these young people one more round of applause.
Congratulations, champion blackface commercial goes to Tinsley Broussard. In steps Jackson Stevens with the second place from that class. And reserve champion blackface commercial goes to Jackson Stevens. Congratulations to those two.
Class 10 took champion and reserve champion. Winner Tinsley Broussard, reserve champion Jackson Stevens. We'll now be starting the grand drive here soon, so all champions and reserve champions of the market class will come together for grand and reserve.
All right, now we're going to set the stage for our grand champion market lamb selection. Before we do, as they're getting organized and getting back here and getting ready in the makeup area, I just want to say a special thank you to the ring help that we have that really makes this show go. Mike Bockelman's back there getting them lined up. Lacey McAllister's been out here helping the kids in the ring. If we could give them a great big round of applause for devoting their time here today. It's gone incredibly smooth, largely because of those two.
Just a reminder, come on out at 3 o'clock today for the parade down Park Road. Set up anywhere you'd like. Also, following that, this evening in the Grandstands pit, we have the rodeo coming in, along with discounted ride night. One ticket off, I believe. So come on out, have some fun, eat some good food from all the vendors out there, do a little shopping. Never know what you might find out here. So come on out to the fair tonight and have a good time.
All right, here come our champions into the ring, exhibiting the champion Dorper, William Moore. The champion Hampshire is presented by Jackson Stevens. The champion Natural Color by Maddie Broussard. The champion Oxford, presented by Peyton Coors. The champion Shropshire, presented by Caroline Thomas. The champion Southdown, brought in by Tinsley Broussard. The champion Texel, presented by Carter Rutherford. The champion white face commercial is presented by Maddie Broussard. And the champion blackface commercial presented by Tinsley Broussard. Champions will be coming in the ring as well. We have a reserve champion Hampshire, Ava Doig, a reserve champion natural color, Jackson Stevens, our reserve champion Southdown, presented by Riker Stevens, and the reserve champion whiteface commercial, Hayden Coors. The reserve champion blackface commercial, presented by Jackson Stevens.
Got a large class here for the Grand Drive.
Our Grand Champion Market Lamb and Reserve Grand Champion Market Lamb banner is presented by Cova Fertilizer.
Here, as he's making his decision, we'll take a quick commercial break.
Homan Inc. is your agricultural, construction, and equipment experts. Homans are specialists in construction of all aspects of hog, beef, and dairy facilities. Their GSI grain storage and handling can facilitate from 100 to 1 million bushels, and they handle all types of livestock equipment from dryers, manure systems, augers, conveyors, fans, and more. Plus, they have a large inventory of service parts as well. Let the pros at Homan Inc. help design your next farm expansion. Homan Inc. in Milroy at 2131 State Road 244. Family owned since 1958. Phone 765-629-2470.
Go ahead and give all these young people a big round of applause. Not a single young person that's came through the ring today hasn't been kind, cordial, and respectful, and they've still shown the wheels off of these things, and it's awfully fun to see that kind of hard work and dedication that I know they put into it. I'll keep it pretty brief. I don't have a lot of knowledge or wisdom to share with you, like I mentioned in the U show. I'll echo the comments that I said there. However, just keep working hard, never give up, and certainly if you didn't get your goal accomplished today, it's going to happen. This event will happen next year. Whole new judge, whole new lineup of them. You can certainly look forward to that and just have that on your calendar and just work toward it every day. That's why I'm here today. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for those values. So I want to make sure that you guys know that's kind of just my biggest thing in terms of what this is all about. I'll set the mic down. I get to make 5 people really, really happy. I think it's been a tremendous show. However, there's one of them that's an absolute stinger for this particular setting. If you would, let's go ahead and give them all a big round of applause. I'll get you grand through 5.
Grand Champion Market Lamb, congratulations to Maddie Broussard with the natural color. Reserve Champion Market Lamb. Blackface. Goes to Mason Bowdy with the blackface commercial. That's a Tinsley Broussard's entry shown by Mason Bowdy. Thank you, Mason, for helping out.
Looks like I got a little tie up here, so gonna take him for a little lap.
Third place goes to the South Down, Tinsley Broussard's entry. Fourth place overall was the Whiteface Commercial, I believe. Entered by Maddie Broussard, shown by Addie Gauk. Thank you, Addie.
Yeah, but it was the natural color.
All right, fifth place overall goes to the Natural Color, entry by Maddie Broussard, shown by Caroline Thomas, I believe.
Jack, Maddie won overall.
Gotcha. I'm sorry, that was Jackson Stevens's. Now we're going to do the County Born and Bred champion Market Lamb, excuse me. So if you had any class winner or high place class county born and bred, let's have them in here. We'll choose the champion county born and bred.
Looks like we only got 4 in this class, so should be a fairly quick, and after this we'll conclude our show. Here's Lane.
These young people have been working their tails off all day, so I'll try to keep it pretty brief. I think for their respective breeds, for them to be raised in this particular county, I think it's awesome to see that kind of participation and involvement at this level. To me, I think there's one that's actually very, very good for this breed. I think there's another one that offers some body shape and some stoutness. Maybe it's not as hard and firm to the touch. Young man with your Dorp will have your champion. Young man that has your hamp right here, he'll have your reserve. If you would, give him one more big round of applause. Appreciate the crew for having me. It's been an awesome experience. I had a blast. I really thank you guys for having me.
Congratulations to William Moore with the champion county born and bred with a Dorper. And reserve.
Who was reserve?
Was Baylor Broussard with a Hampshire.
What's next?
I want to thank Steve Gauk and Scott Smith for putting together a heck of a show today, and congratulations to all the kids. Stick around, there's one more event. The old timers are going to get out here and show us how it's done. I don't have a list. Ooh, I do have a list. Ooh, there's some $10 bills that mark some names off the list. But we still have on the list in this competition are Emily Walls, Mike Bockelman, Josh Snap, Bill Doig, Gary Swinney, Jim Moore, Hope Barker, Scott Smith. You didn't have a $10 bill? Steve Gauk. Hey, get out here unless you have a $10 bill. Matt Barker and Mike Barker. And she'd be more than happy, she says, to take your $10 bill to keep you on the sideline. And Scott looks like he has enough for others. He could buy some friends out here. Oh, I wasn't supposed to announce that. All right, old timers, go get a lamb. It's probably fair to state some of you should stretch. Let's not pull any muscles. Throw a hip. Any other injury?
I'm going to step up and go ahead and do it anyway.
Thank you, Scott. Scott's going to step up and not take the cheap way out.
Step right to judge? Yes. Hey, 100%. 100%.
All right, 4-Hers, gather around. Get your notebooks out. This is how it was done back in the olden days. Mr. Slayton, we have 2 late entries here too, so don't get your favorites sorted just yet. Why does Bill get to sit out here by himself? Shouldn't he be in line with everybody else? All right, we also have Michael Clisby has shown up on the list. Michael Clisby, we need you in the ring. And is it Mike?
This is a nice little fundraiser that the Junior Leaders Program puts on. It's a fun new thing.
Scott, if you could please get that animal under control.
It costs $5 to put someone in and $10 to get them out. So, a little fun way to raise money here.
Matt Barker, your presence is needed in the show ring. He what? He left? We'll send him a bill for $10. It's $20 if he doesn't show.
Here comes Lane with his analysis. Still trying to figure out the rules. It's a new one for him.
The question from the judge was whether or not we needed to work these guys, and the answer is absolutely yes. So he's going to go ahead and put them around the ring. We don't have heat stress, so we should make it through this. If you see anybody getting a little lightheaded, let us know. Bill, you can be called for fouls. You only get 2 fouls. This is a non-contact sport.
I'm sure our young people out here will be very appreciative that we're kind of going to put them out of their misery pretty soon. I was told I needed to select a winner. There was one. If he was just a bit more sportsmanlike, I would have gotten the job done. But I think the young lady just directly across from me is going to go ahead and be your champion. Like I said, young man, just be a bit more sportsmanlike in terms of your ring presence. We can get it done next time.
Congratulations to Hope Barker. You're now old-timer champion. Bill Doig wins Mr. Congeniality, I believe is how that goes. You'll be able to wear your sash next year. Thank you everyone for attending our sheep show today. We appreciate you all and all the families back in the barn for all the hard work you put in throughout the year. It was a great show, and congratulations to all the kids. Job well done.
Alrighty, like you said, that will conclude our show. Just a reminder that at 3 o'clock we have the fair parade going down Park Road, and then later this evening in the pit we have the rodeo. Also after the parade we have the Barnyard Olympics in the right here in the livestock barn. So one last time we'd like to thank our livestock sponsors, Halderman Real Estate and Farm Management, Fraley Implement, Homan Inc., and Cobia. Have a good day, everyone.